Hey everyone, welcome. So glad you're here to spend some time with me today. We're going to be talking about morning baskets and how we're doing our morning basket a little different this year. While I know everyone does their morning basket different, we're doing it different for us from how we've done it years before. So as I said, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Joanna. I'm a homeschooling mom of one little one, not so little anymore. He's 10 now, 5th grade. I have two older children who are 22 and 24. Did not homeschool them, but I learned quite a lot through that journey in public school, which sort of led to where we are today. So as I said, I am going to be doing a morning basket today. So before I even show you guys what's in our morning basket, I'm just going to explain how it's different from what we've done in years past. So in years past, our morning basket was something that Julian would do when he woke up, not woke up right away, but it was the first thing he did school-wise in our house. And it had, I guess I would say, is workbook type work. So I'm not a big workbook person, but it was like, okay, well, if we get a call to go to the playground today, I'll know he covered, language arts and math in those workbooks. I won't feel so guilty. So as I kind of reflected on looking back at the years of just sort of rushing, never really actually being home during homeschooling, and how that kind of changed during COVID and how we kind of just weren't really even always using our morning basket anymore. I kind of wanted to keep that, but I wanted to do something different. I kind of wanted to slow our mornings down. I wanted to just slow down. It's the last year of elementary school or elementary age. I just wanted to take it slow, enjoy it. This whole process of homeschooling was supposed to be slower. It was supposed to be something for us to enjoy and savor each moment. And sometimes it feels like it's been rushed or wanting to do everything, try everything. So instead of adding more workbooks and more busy work just to make sure, we're actually trying to just stick to our curriculum. Yes, I still have plenty of workbooks because sometimes there's something we're struggling with, and then I will be able to just rip a page out from those workbooks and use it. If I don't end up using those workbooks, that's also okay. I'm not going to feel bad. We're mostly sticking to our curriculum and things that, as far as like our botany study that we'll do, that I will put together, that will be something we will also do. So in lieu of wanting to have a slower morning together and just really enjoying our time at home, we have chosen things that sort of create a nice, warm, slow morning. We can do this on the sofa, because sometimes when he has work where he's writing, you can't really do it on the sofa. You just need some sort of writing surface. So I decided to pull things that we're just gonna cuddle under a blanket, read together, but we're still learning things, just maybe not exactly what we're studying. So let me show you guys what we're doing. The first thing, when I did my room tour, you kind of saw, and I've also shown these in a book haul, I believe, some of the things. So our first thing is we have like our riddle of the day. It's hard to see because it's clear on here. So it was a riddle of the day. It was becoming a lot for me to do one each day. And again, I was aiming for slow. So things might change as I realize if something's too much for us. So the riddle of the day has become the riddle of the week. So we keep it, so if he doesn't figure it out that day also, he doesn't feel too much pressure. So now it is the riddle of the week. We have a riddle of the week. It sits in front of our morning basket so he could see it every morning. And then usually he goes and brings the morning basket to the sofa. And if you saw our room tour video, which I will link below in the description box, this is our morning basket right here. Picked this up at Target. I saw it and I was like, ooh, I like it. Looks airy with, all the whole, I don't know. I like it. It's very, very neat, very cool. So the first thing we're doing is poetry every day. We've started with Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein. We are getting pretty far along. I let Julian pick one poem that we will be memorizing together, and it's Ickle Me, Pickle Me, Tickle Me Too. And we, these poems are just silly and they're fun. So this is one of the first things we do each day on the sofa together, and we read Ickle Me, Pickle Me, Tickle Me Too. He will also be writing it in print, and then in cursive, he will draw a picture to depict the poem. So this is what we're working through, and I think, maybe like 3 weeks, a month, just to go through this nice and slow each day. This is for the whole year I have in here. It's On This Day, A History of the World in 366 Days, and this is by DK. So we just open up to the day, let's say August 10th, and you open up, and there's usually like some information, and also on this day, someone who was born on that day, and yes. So it's a really neat book, and it's just a perfect snippet to start your day and learn things that happen on this day. So perfect. And like I said, these are all things we do on our couch, relaxed, under the covers. I love it. It also means that Julian is waking up earlier to have time for us to really slow our day down. And before, when it was just workbooks sometimes, because it was just that boring work, it kind of dragged on and he would take a while, and then we would never get to the other things we were really having to do. I'd be like, well, it's okay, he's covered that topic, but I don't want to do that this year. I really don't. Okay, the other thing we have is Spanish for Everyone Junior, 5 words a day. This is also by DK, right? Yes. And I put this in our morning basket because it's something we have to do together. These words are here. There is an app or QR code, I think, that you can scan and then hear the words, but I'm reading the words to him. It's 5 words a day. I actually think it's a little bit much to learn 5 words each day if you're not having a conversation using them. So we're really doing about 10 words a week. So you can see where we're at and we're working on it. And I use the words with him, and because I know Spanish and fluent, I make sentences, we talk, we use those words in sentences and stuff like that. Otherwise, this would be really, I feel like this book might be difficult if you don't know Spanish. You're gonna learn the words, but you're not gonna learn how to use them in a sentence. At least I've never, no. You're just learning words. That's literally what you're learning, like when you teach a kid sock or door, things like that. But you're not getting how to put it in a sentence and how to conversate with somebody using those words. So we work on that together. And then if I do make an activity to go with what we're learning in here, just like he did colors recently, those are set as schoolwork then during the day, not part of our morning basket. We have this book, which he is loving. You'll see bookmarks and everything, or tags, because obviously we're working through this every morning. We're reading 50 Real Heroes for Boys, True Stories of Courage, Integrity, Compassion, Leadership, and More. This is by Christy Monson. And he is loving this book. So far we've read William Wilberforce, Ralph Lazo, Dave Pilkey. He was super excited to get to this page. It's his favorite author. Mary Anning. I just love that they have females in here for the boys. It's so, I love it. I've many times purchased books that are aimed at girls, showing women, because a lot of the ones that are aimed at boys only have men. So this is such a great book. I love that it has a mix. And he was super excited. He knows so many of these people, so it's just super exciting. Jackie Robinson. I hope I'm holding that up good to the camera. And the illustrations are gorgeous. And it's just one page on the person. And then it has a question on the bottom, like, you can be a hero. And it asks them, like, so for Jackie Robinson, it says, sometimes people exclude others because they don't like something about them. It could be the color of their skin, their gender, their religion, or even how much money they make. What could you do to be inclusive instead? So I love that. It gives him a question to ponder each day, and then we discuss it together. Let's see. And we are now up to Stephen Hawking. So really and then after that, it'll be like Helen Keller. Just gorgeous. We really are enjoying this. And this whole basket probably takes us, anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, depending on certain things. So the other book we are reading is Around the World in 80 Trees by Ben Lorwell. And because it's just, you're not really learning about trees in this book. You're just seeing these trees and learning little bits about them. So some pages will be about just one tree. So here's like this. The first one was the black spruce. And then sometimes you're learning about multiple trees. And usually we'll do, when it's the multiple trees, it's usually a two-page spread, and we'll just do 1 page a day. So we're really enjoying this. And we have another book called Around the World in 80 Musical Instruments. So I think when we finish this one, we might get that one if Julian decides he really wants to do that as well. We've been doing A World Full of Nature Stories. This has 50 folktales and legends. This is by Angela McAllister. And I actually just let Julian pick the stories he wants. They've mostly been the Sun, Moon, and Stars books. Not books, stories in here. But there's so many stories, and they're all sort of nature-based. There's flowers, fruit, and seed stories, wind and weather, creatures great and small, sun, moon, and stars, leaf and tree, lake, river, ocean, desert, mountain, stone. So we really liked it. The first one we read was The King Who Wanted to Touch the Moon. We really enjoyed that. That was really great. So it's a beautiful book. The illustrations are very nice as well. So we just read 1 story a day. And while I'm reading, sometimes Julian is working on this, not working, but just coloring, if he chooses to. He doesn't even have to. The Wondrous Workings of Science and Nature coloring book, 40 drawings to color. So he is currently working on one because these pictures are pretty detailed. So you can see he's working on it. And he's not much of into coloring books, but I thought that this one was super cool and that he might actually like it, and he does, and he's working through that one slowly, and he asked me if he's allowed to start other ones, and I said you can color it however you like. So sometimes he sits with his coloring pencils and colors through this. Sometimes he will draw, and other times he just snuggles next to me and we read the books, which is what we're aiming for, just that slow morning together enjoying these books. We have some like colored flashcards in Spanish that we were just, kind of doing together in the morning, sitting down, but we're kind of past the colors now, so that won't be there next week. And we've been doing the Campfire Stories deck for kids. We picked 2, there's character, and then there's, I forgot what the other ones were. Maybe it was action. I'm not sure. I can't remember. So we picked 2 of each. Two characters and 2 actions that are happening. And we together create a story. We take turns and we keep it short because we don't have a lot of time. And then our read aloud. If we have time, we'll do the read aloud. If not, the read aloud happens during the day, during our break time or during lunch, during breakfast. We don't eat right away when we wake up, so this is just like the nicest way for us to start our morning. Instead of like, okay, here's work already for you. It was making mornings stressful. We also try to incorporate a game. I don't have it in here because I took it out. We were doing war with a deck of cards, and we were just having fun, and we would put the timer for 10 to 15 minutes, depending on, how long it took us to go through these books. 10 to 15 minutes, we would play. If we didn't finish, we would set it aside. And if we had time later, we would play. If not, we would save it for the next morning. So, depending on how often he wants, we switch the game. It can't be a very long game because it's just to sort of, transition our way into breakfast. During breakfast, I'll either read or I'll sit there and we'll discuss what's going to happen during the day, what we have planned for school, what he has planned, because we try to plan together, and as well as extracurricular activities. So this is what's been in our morning baskets. This is how we're doing it this year. If this is not how you do it, that's totally fine. If you want to have work in your morning basket, if you do your morning basket in the afternoon, if you have a night basket, whatever you do is totally fine. Everybody has what works for them. This is working for us right now. I thought before what we were doing was working for us, but when I reflected on it, it was just more pressure to do more work. And I have to keep reminding myself, I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone. He's learning. I don't have to have him doing work 24/7. I need to make homeschool work for us. And so this is just a nice way. Even sometimes he just needs to bounce around. When he wakes up, he can bounce while I'm reading these. And it's just a nice, really, my word for this year is slow. time is going by so quick. I can't believe he's in 5th grade. I just want things to slow down. I don't want to feel like I'm putting so much on our plate. I don't want to say yes to everything everybody asks me to do with him. I want to learn to say no. We can't do that today. Like, it's just going to make our week too busy. I just want us to slow down, enjoy nature, enjoy each other's company, enjoy our friends, and not feel overwhelmed to get things done. While I don't really ever rush anything, if we don't complete something from one grade, I just kind of bring it over with us to the next grade. I'm not that worried about that, but I do like to complete it. So I don't want to fall like way behind either, but just, yeah, slow is my word this year. I want to take it slow. I want us to read. I want us to just sit down and enjoy stories together. I want us to do more art together. And really starting our morning like this has put us in a better mood. It's been such a change. So far, so good. You know, there hasn't been one complaint, and that's because he's not doing any work. He can choose to color. He can choose to, work on Legos. He can choose something quiet that he can sit and do while I read these to him. So please let me know what you guys are doing with your morning baskets, or your basket in general, whether it's a morning, noon, or night basket. If you don't do baskets at all for that reason, for not having to feel like you have something else on your plate, and let me know what you do. I'm always looking for new ways. If you have any way for me to slow our year down, just make it that we're enjoying every day and learning and absorbing and just having fun, really fun and learning. I want it to be hand in hand. So let me know what you guys are doing. Let me know if you want to see inside any of these books. I'm going to do another video sharing the books, other books that are like these that I have planned for this year for our morning basket, because obviously these are not going to get us through the whole year. These are probably, some are only a week, some are 2 weeks, some will make it through 3, some through a month, but I don't think any of them will make it more than a month. So I will have a video sharing what other books I have planned. I didn't buy that many. I'm going to use what I already have. These were newer ones, most of these, but I don't think I'm going to buy too many more. I'm just going to try to use what we have. All right. Thank you guys so much for stopping and spending some time with me. I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.